And we're back, and hopefully this time not going to curse in the first minute.
Apologize.
The first take, I burped, and it was too much.
Second take, I cussed.
You dropped
and it was
the
too
F-bomb.
much.
We also got demonetized on the...
But what I was trying to say is, how come every time I use a pen, I get a little pen on my hand?
Because you're a child. That's why.
I write one sentence. Kill Ben.
You're not even
pen
left-handed.
all over my hand.
You're not even left-handed.
I am left-handed.
You need to write that down to remember that?
I am left-handed.
To kill me?
No, it's a daily affirmation.
Oh, that's nice. What, do you have it written on the mirror or something?
No, in a little pen. I can't write in the mirror with pen.
We did for those of you who didn't see, highly recommend you go
check out the latest
meatball episode. It's got reminiscences.
It's got meat.
It's got reminiscences of the 8-Ball series, if you remember that.
What is that?
What is what?
8-Ball.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, there she goes. There's a kitty. Let's go. Let's see what we got for the comment of the week, shall we?
Oh, also go get a T-shirt if you haven't yet.
Oh yeah, the new summer
series,
BenandEmilShow.com. Sign up for the bonus episode while you're there. So this comment has a little bit of everything. It's from one of our people. Their username is Ben's Bidet, and comment reads, Ben the type of guy to publicly scare women to make a joke. And when I said nectarine kicker,
yeah,
you know,
sure.
And then this person on that same tune said, quote, fuck you, nectarine kicker is the most slur-sounding non-slur I actually gasped.
So not so much comment of the week, more comments of the week.
Yeah, it's
also,
usually
let us know
two.
if you like this.
What, the comment of the week?
Yeah.
Oh,
are you finding value in this? I like it.
I find value.
I think it's fun.
It's a great way to get people to comment and like and
I like it.
All that stuff.
I want to know if they like it.
Yeah, I think.
But also, as we pointed out, comment for the glory of commenting, not for getting the best comment. Be a soul commenter.
Yeah, like
comment from the soul.
Like Rob. God, who was that surfer? Rob.
No, I'm thinking of Puppin Suds. Remember the Disney movie Brink?
No idea what
Disney
any of
Channel?
that meant.
You didn't watch Brink? Did you watch Disney Channel movies?
Nope, I wasn't a Disney Channel kid. I was a Nickelodeon boy.
I mean, you could watch both.
Nope, wasn't the type. Nope, not me. Not for me.
Wow, he knows nothing about.
I know nothing about the
soul
Disney
surfing
Channel.
Or soul skating.
Well, Rob Machado. He became known as like a soul surfer because he gave up on like the professional touring circuit. I don't give a rat's crap.
Eddie would go.
A rat crap ass about
Eddie would go, you know.
Pro surfing.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, that guy died. I think that's the thing is Eddie did go and then he died.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eddie did go.
Eddie did go and then he like drowned to death. Ugh.
Sometimes you shouldn't go, is that?
Yeah. I've been leaving comments on skateboarder TikToks encouraging them to wear helmets.
You just type like helmet much?
There was a guy who like bombed a hill and he...
For those uninitiated, bombing is...
when you go down a hill on a skateboard. And I just left a comment saying like, hey, brother, please wear a helmet. You never know. You don't want to end up like a vegetable or dead. And I doubt... I bonked my head today coming out of the shower. Oh man! Speaking of bonks, you know we got a huge episode for you today. We've got Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun got trotted out in front of a Senate hearing, and he got very hard spanked in front of everybody.
It's the annual sacrifice to the congressional hearing.
And let's see. Then after that, we've got a little bit of the
we got to
AI.
talk about the astronauts stuck in space.
The astronauts stuck in space.
About
it's not as bad as it sounds, as it turns out. Fucking little
They're
dogs.
loving it up there. They like it.
Yeah, they actually want to be up there. It's good for them. Space is good for astronauts. It gives them more power. We're also, speaking of power, talking about the AI power crisis. That's also kind of, when you really look, is it a crisis? I don't know.
It seems like a big crisis.
It seems like it's got hints of a crisis. Kind of like the hint of flavor in your fucking Spindrift. Just a hint.
Don't come at Spindrift. Unless you want to rift. In this podcast.
And then if we've got time, a little bit of crypto stuff and some market stuff.
Oh, we'll have time. We're going to talk really quickly.
I just gotta get in gear here.
And how do you do that? By flapping your little bird wings?
Flapping my little bird wings and doing a little monkey scratch, just like this. This is how This is how monkeys scratch. I like doing this. Get it for the audio listener. You just got to imagine what a. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Did that upset you or something?
No, I just wanted to stop. I liked it at first.
All right, so the Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun got hauled in front of a Senate hearing last Tuesday, and the name of I didn't know that they named these things.
But they always name them.
They named it Boeing's Broken Safety Culture. There were relatives of people who died in those two 737 MAX crashes there. Also,
that's the thing I want to point out. It's very fun watching, Josh Hawley and these guys really lay into Dave Calhoun, but it's also extremely frustrating. Nothing's really going to come of this. I mean, the Department of Justice is weighing whether or not they're actually going to enforce, because Boeing basically skirted by taking any responsibility.
Can you not use gendered language?
What
skirted?
Get out of here.
Sorry.
Taking any responsibility for those crashes in a 2021 settlement, and now the government is basically saying that you violated the terms of the settlement agreement because you have not
done anything.
You've not done anything. You've not kept up with the anti-fraud. You've not put in the systems in place that we asked you to.
Yeah, they weren't.
And the families are desperate. They're saying, please, prosecute them to the fullest extent.
Prosecute somebody.
Because they could be on the line for like $24 billion. If they actually went for it, there could be C-suite members in jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't hold your breath.
And as a sweets guy, I would love to see a C-suite get
in jail. That's where I prefer the C-suite.
That's where I'd prefer all sugary, tasty treats, because just keep them out of my reach. Lock up the Skittles. So just before this, the Senate panel had just released this 204-page report, and it was just chock full of allegations, namely from a whistleblower named Sam Mohawk, which is a really cool name.
Very cool name, especially when you're working at an aircraft company.
Yeah, I mean, what's the word for when your name can dictate who you are? Or what?
Oh God, bless you, bless you, bless you. He's okay.
I don't know where that came from.
It's like an aptonym or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Well, he didn't end up working in hair. He ended up working in aerospace.
You know what's another one that always confounds me?
What?
Shrapnel was just the guy's name.
Shrapnel?
Shrapnel?
He shaved off some pieces of metal and was like, we need to call this something.
He named it. It's named after him. But you would think, when you hear shrapnel, you're like, what is that? Pieces of metal stuck in people after something explodes?
I want to be named after something, or something named after me. How about a child?
There's
so the Sam Mohawk guy, his whole thing was that he was pointing out that defective parts are very possibly going into 737s. So the reporting, this 204-page report includes, among other things, allegations that damaged or inadequate parts, aka they're called non-conforming parts. So they could be stuff that's broken off, shrapnel. They could be parts that they've determined just aren't up to standard. So he's alleging that they could be being used in aircraft production, and generally they're horribly mismanaged. Like they should be. You would think that just scraps are just tossed, but no, they've got to catalog every last little piece. But this horrible mismanagement of all these parts and pieces, these non-conforming parts, are actively being hidden from regulators. Like there's a quote in there in this report that said that on one occasion the FAA was scheduled to come in and check on specifics, including the non-conforming parts. And they just had like a big bin of them outside. And I guess Boeing higher-ups ordered him and other people, like, go hide them.
Dude, you got to hide your bin
You got to hide your bin of scrap crap. But so it's a problem that they're being mismanaged, because if they're not being tracked, then they could very well wind up in airplanes, which it
seems like they do.
Yeah. And so the report also includes John Barnett's quote, may he rest in peace, the one who killed himself. He said, "We don't have time to follow process."
Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Allegedly. The quote is, "We don't have time to follow." This is him like paraphrasing what he was told. "We don't have time to follow processes. We're building airplanes." That was a common theme all the time. And among other things, the report includes details on removals of quality inspections and all kinds of testimony and documents supporting all these
John,
accusations.
get back to your bin of scraps.
Yeah, get back to the scraps. What's a pejorative for a
Nectarine kicker.
Yeah, you fucking nectarine kicker. So that meeting followed. So the meeting that just occurred with Dave Calhoun followed a previous one where the FAA administrative chief, this guy Mike Whitaker. I don't feel bad for Dave Calhoun.
Why would you?
I don't. I
He's
just have to
paid
preface
$33
it.
million
I just
a year
have to preface it with that.
to run his company into the ground.
But it's funny because nobody's talking about what the FAA said. This Mike Whitaker guy said, "Hey, we're partly responsible for the safety problems at Boeing," saying that they've been too hands off and that they've been more focused on paperwork than actual boots on the ground.
Sure, it's not just Boeing. I mean, as we've gone over with, it's this whole cyclical thing where it's like slashing funding to regulatory agencies and then like just having Boeing and other big airlines just run their own safety checks and all this shit. It's like, yeah, there's a ton of people at fault here, but Boeing can absolutely step up and do better.
I wonder if they have a good snack budget at these.
I'm sure the snack budget goes crazy.
You think that they've got good, like,
If
you
you're
think
gonna-
they have emerald nuts?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure to announce that Smooth Sack Summer is officially upon us. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're groomed from pubes to bum. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped, you can make this season your smoothest yet. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle to keep your boys downstairs cool while looking hot.
Yeah.
Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use code BAES. Summertime and the trimming is easy.
Yeah, baby. Listen, I'm going to be straightforward with you guys.
Please.
I've cut myself while using an inferior product, and it's not fun.
Not fun at all.
It's extremely terrifying, and it does bleed.
And it's embarrassing.
And it's embarrassing. No, everybody was watching. I was live streaming.
Well, nothing like having a hot date and having to explain, sorry, I used an inferior product.
Yeah. Well, so I've used this before, and it's pretty fantastic actually. In the package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's their 5th generation trimmer, hence the 5.0. It's got 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. They've also got little dual LED spotlights, and you got the crop soother aftershave lotion and crop preserver anti-chafe ball deodorant.
And you're even getting 2 free gifts with each Performance Package 5.0. The Manscaped Boxers, which are comfortable as all hell, and the Shed Travel Bag.
So get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BAES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BAES at manscaped.com. It's smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind.
Yeah, if
That's
you're going to run
top
people
notch.
into the ground, if you're going to have them running around hiding scrap bins,
Their tummies better be full.
you gotta
Yeah, that's true.
you gotta give them one thing so they can hang on. You know?
Yeah. So I remember at BuzzFeed we had Bagel Fridays. That was nice.
And you were like, I'll hide
I'll
any
do
bit of
anything.
scraps.
Yeah, I'll. Yeah. Which is funny because all the scraps are apparently painted red. So that there's no question about whether or not they're scraps, and yet they still can wind up in the wrong places and
You know who's really in for it with those?
what?
Emirates.
I don't understand why.
Aren't the planes red?
No, you absolute fucking dunce. They're not. They're famously white. They are white with like hints of the Emirates logo is in gold, and then they've got the flag, which is like black, green, and
There's
red.
definitely red all over.
Not all over. Emirates
What's
livery.
white and gold and red all over?
Look at this. Look at this. Does that look like a?
Yeah, all those-
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's in the fucking
Scrap.
tail section.
Scrap.
Oh
Scrap.
yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, very good. So, as Dave Calhoun walked into the room, all the family members were there, including some just general protesters. The family members of the victims were shouting things like "shame" and like "fuck you."
That would feel good.
They weren't saying that, but they were shouting like "shame."
I would pop off a couple fuck yous.
I'd pop off some fuck yous. There were people there protesting the war in Palestine, saying stop sending weapons to Israel and like you're making bombs. Someone else said, oh, wait, that's not one of my jokes. Someone else yelled, make safe planes for commercial flight. Yeah.
You thought that was your joke?
My joke was one guy was heard shouting, make the planes bigger.
Well, you kind of stepped all over
I
it.
know I fucking did. God damn it. Man.
I wish.
Shit.
I feel like it would have really hit. Take it from the top.
No, I can't. Let's just move on.
I like that joke.
I would have been there going, make the planes bigger.
Nice.
The 777's good, but I think you could do bigger. Make a bigger, bring back 4 engines.
Make Boeing great again. That's what I
Oh
said.
God. So let's watch a little bit of what he started with, which was his apology. Let's hear some of his apology.
To those who lost loved ones on Lion Air Flight 610 and the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302.
Oh, he's standing up.
I would like to apologize on behalf of all of our Boeing associates spread throughout the world, past and present, for your losses. They're gut-wrenching. And I apologize for the grief that we have caused. And I want you to know we are totally committed in their memory to work and focus on safety for as long as we're employed by Boeing. So again, I'm sorry.
I could be a CEO. I would like it.
No, you couldn't. You're not a psychopath.
No, but if
he's a legitimate.
I would do all. I'd let my little hiney get spanked. Haul me into Congress. I'd be like, sorry. I'd turn around and I'd give a really heartfelt speech. I'd take my $33 million.
I mean, it's not included in here, but he did follow up by saying "hawk tua," but nobody laughed
Nice.
because he was trying to like smooth things
He was
over.
trying to break the tension a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately,
He
that
went hawk to a spit on that thing.
yeah, yeah, but nobody laughed. I think you can't hear it, but someone did yell, "You should be in prison," at the end of his little thing there, just like you should be in prison.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
This is going to ruin the tour.
What tour?
The world tour.
The world tour. So Josh Hawley, who's normally a giant, what would you say on the scale of pieces of shit?
Still very high.
Yeah, he's a
It's that meme. The bald guy, worst guy you know, just made a great point.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, so preemptively here, Dave Calhoun was meant to when he was hired after these MAX crashes. So when I say like I feel bad for him in scare quotes,
Don't
does that
do
piss
it.
anybody off?
They're so pissed.
Does that
They're fuming.
piss anybody off? He was hired 10 months into the 20-month grounding of the MAX. He took over in January 2020. So these things had already happened, but he had also already been working there. It's not like he was just
He got
plucked.
hired from within. It's not like they were like, "Hey, can you come take over and guide us into a new era?"
But it's just
They were
really
like, "Hey, you were around when we did all this corporate malfeasance and bad shit."
Totally. It's just funny and wild to me how like the FAA is, I'd say, equally to blame for a lot of this. But
Sure.
like,
I mean, the whole thing. It's like the fucking.
somebody's got to
It's
go
like
down.
when Pete Buttigieg comes out and is like, "Somebody do something."
Oh, sure. So, regarding his $32.8 million earnings this year, a 45% increase over last year, Senator Josh Hawley asked Mr. Calhoun exactly what he gets paid for, and this was his response. Let me cue it up here.
I get paid to run the Boeing company.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's deep.
just help me understand that. I mean, do you get paid for transparency? Is that one of the metrics for your income?
I think the board counts on me for transparency.
Really? Because you're under investigation for falsifying 787 inspection records. The Boeing's under criminal investigation for the Alaska Airlines flight. You were investigated by DOJ for criminal conspiracy to defraud the FAA. This is all in your tenure. This doesn't sound like a lot of transparency to me.
Oh,
This is when you tug on your collar.
Yeah, that's gonna be a goo from me.
Oh boy.
Oh, Babu. Let's see what else.
What about safety? Is that a component of your salary?
It sure is, Senator.
You know, have you seen the reports that
your planes are fucking deadly and scary? Actually,
Have you seen the reports that a kid got his butt sucked right out?
he didn't get his butt sucked out. Oh, that's not to my knowledge, sir. A child didn't get his butt sucked out. It was actually his shirt. And he lost his phone while he was playing a Kim Kardashian smartphone app game.
that you used to make that door piece that fell out of the sky?
Josh
So when
Hawley,
the FAA
Ben and Emil
went
show
and toured
viewer
the
confirmed.
facility. They found one door seal being lubricated with Dawn liquid dish soap and cleaned with a wet cheesecloth. And another was being checked with a hotel room key card. Does that sound like safety to you?
Yes.
Senator, I think our relationship with that particular supplier has been well documented, reviewed by the FAA, and most certainly us. And I'm very intent on acquiring that company so that none of that ever happens.
He's talking about Spirit Aerosystems.
Not one more kid's butt's gonna get sucked on my
No,
watch.
no. How can you assure the American people that their children, that their boys in particular, that their
Can play
butts
the Kim Kardashian game in peace.
Yeah, boy, I tell you though, if they were paying him to have a shiny bald head, he sure would
Oh
be
my
able to
God,
say he earned it.
he'd be clearing $100 million
Oh
at this
man!
point.
Well, they pay me to have a shiny bald head, and I think I've earned it. Look at that thing. Do you think he looks like he polishes that motherfucker? Is that how all bald heads are?
I don't
Do
know.
all bald heads shine like that? Maybe he just moisturizes real well. Let's see. All right, let's cut to 342. Let's see. What do we got here? Give it to us. Oh, come on.
X, don't do this to
Oh,
me.
Jesus.
Don't do this to me. X,
Dude, X gonna give it to you. Oh my God. Effing. Oh, this is unbelievable.
Thanks a lot, Elon.
Thanks a lot,
Dickwad.
Dickwad, you fuck.
Your profits increased at all? Well,
I haven't had any profit.
So he asked him about the stock performance. He
He's like,
asked
I
him,
don't even look at it.
I don't even look at it.
What
And
is the
it
stock?
actually hasn't. I mean, since he joined, I think it's not up that much. And
I'm sorry?
I have not had any profits.
Yeah. You know, I think the truth is, Mr. Calhoun, you're not focused on safety. You're not focused on quality. You're not focused on transparency. All of this is in the record, but I think
you're focused on shining that bald head of yours. I think you were jealous of that kid's high score on the Kim Kardashian game, and you had to put a stop to
actually,
it.
you're focused on exactly what you were hired to do, which is that you're cutting corners.
Which is to suck our boys'
You are
butts.
eliminating safety procedures. You are sticking it to your employees. You are cutting back jobs because you're trying to squeeze every piece of profit you can out of this country.
Great
this company,
assessment.
You're strip mining it. You're strip mining Boeing. It was one of the greatest American companies ever. It has employed thousands of people in my state. And you are strip mining it for profit, shareholder value, and you're being rewarded for it. You got a huge raise, a huge increase. So it's working out great for you. For the American people, they're in danger.
Their kids' butts hurt.
For your workers,
The American boys are in danger.
American boys are.
whistleblowers, they literally fear for their lives, but you're getting compensated like never before. Don't you think maybe your priorities are misplaced here? I mean, don't you think maybe it's time to get back to focusing on making quality planes and paying your workers well and taking care of the little guys who got you to
Of
where
the
you
little
are?
boys' butts?
That's not a rhetorical question.
Senator, I don't recognize any of the Boeing you described.
Really?
Where's his eyebrows? There they are. Oh, there they are.
And I want to assure
You don't recognize the
I
Boeing that has airplanes falling out of the sky that has had 2 Maxes crash, that has had pieces of doors fall out of the sky, that have had whistleblowers come before. They've sat right where you have sat and told us, these are your employees who have told us that when these are the engineers, by the way. Are you an engineer?
I'm not, sir.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they have said that they're not listened to, that they're retaliated against, that they're threatened.
This probably feels so
That's the
good.
reality of Boeing today. That's your company that you have created. Now, I don't recognize it either from the company it used to be.
If I was a senator, I would have wheeled out a bin of scraps and said, "Do you recognize this?"
Do you recognize this? These are scraps. Oh, gang, let's talk a little bit about investing, shall we? Because that's usually at the heart and soul of what this show is about. And I got to tell you, there's really only one platform that I trust to get the complicated, never-ending streams of data out there right, and that's MooMoo. Because like other platforms, MooMoo has a super intuitive user interface that is easy to use. But unlike other platforms, MooMoo has a suite of research and analysis tools. And while other platforms charge a premium for this kind of data, MooMoo doesn't charge you a dime. That's right. There's stuff out there like Bloomberg. I mean, Bloomberg terminals can cost, for individuals, not millions, but
billions,
tens of thousands of dollars.
Might as well be billions if you're asking me.
Yeah, truly. FactSet, they can charge $10,000 a year, but MooMoo doesn't charge you a red cent. You can invest with MooMoo on your mobile app, which is what I like to do, or on their brand new redeveloped desktop app. So you got to check that out.
Click the link in the description to jumpstart your investing journey today with up to 15 free stocks upon making a qualified deposit. And if you aren't quite ready to start investing, MooMoo is also giving new users 8.1% APY for a limited time on your uninvested cash while you plan your first trade.
I just got to say real fast, 15 free stocks upon making a qualified deposit, man. Oh, jeez.
Plus, if you're already a trader and want to graduate to a more sophisticated platform, transfer your portfolio to MooMoo and earn up to $300 in cash rewards. So make sure to click the link in the description and sign up to take advantage of these awesome promos and experience a better platform.
It's better stuff, baby.
Hell yeah.
Bye, everybody. I'm going to say something, and you're not going to like it, but I bet Dave Calhoun's little butthole is real tight right now.
I don't like it.
Do you want me to give you the context on where that comes from? It's a meme within my family. So
we're doing Ben's family meme time.
So in 2001,
I feel like people's butts puckering during sticky situations is a common.
I didn't know that. My brothers didn't know that. But in, I believe it was whenever the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq Lakers went up against the San Antonio Spurs. I think it was the 2000 finals or the Western Conference finals, whenever it was. My dad's good friend,
Bobby Fingers.
No, that was Bobby Badfingers. I'm not going to say this guy's name. I'll say his last name because it's too funny. His last name was Burger. And just like a hamburger.
No, sure.
And he was like 6'6", and he had glasses, and he was thin, and he had a deep voice, and he was
Googling Burger, Long Beach,
tall guy.
6'6".
No, he doesn't live in Long Beach.
First
he was
name?
visiting.
Bill.
But he, you mean first name? No, his name's not Bill Burger. but the Lakers were losing this game. And they were showing close-ups of Kobe and Shaq. And unprompted, we're sitting there with this guy, and he just goes, "Yeah, I bet Shaq's butthole's real tight right now." And we were like, "What?" He
Bill Burger, what the hell did you just say?
Bill, what did you just say? And he said, "That's what happens when you get scared. Your butthole gets real tight." And he was joking, but he delivers his humor is incredible. It's bone dry. And
makes sense with a name like
20 years later, we will still say, "Yeah, I bet his butthole's real tight."
With a name like Burger, the Germans don't really know how to deliver a joke.
Oh yeah,
or the Dutch. My God, I went on a river tour. This kid, they peppered in so many jokes, but the driest.
Yeah,
brutal.
Did I ever tell you that German guy that I worked with named Max?
No.
I worked at this German company, and there was this guy named Max, and he spoke like this. This was his voice, and he was very nice, but he was so incredibly dry like this. And one time, I was like 2 weeks into the job, and there was this producer woman who had gone out of town, and she had a bowl of candies on her desk. And I took a couple candies and I went and sat back down at my desk. And he was sitting across from me. He leans up over his monitors and he goes, "Where did you get those candies?" And I said, "Oh, from Claudia's desk." And he goes, "Oh, I would not have done that if I were you." And then he sat back down and I was like, "Wait, what do you, oh my God, does she have cameras in there?" And he stood up again and he said, "Oh, I was just joking. It's probably okay." It's like, cool, Max, thanks. Anyway, let's see. What else?
That, it's this, is that. But meanwhile, you're getting paid a heck of a lot of money. It's unbelievable. If anybody's come out of this.
He sounds like Mitch McConnell if
Oh,
Mitch
yeah.
McConnell were young.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is how Mitch McConnell used to sound.
Mm-hmm.
Deal
He used to be
good.
that
It's
hot,
you.
too.
Why haven't you resigned?
Senator, I'm sticking this through.
Senator, I'm too scared, frankly. I don't I'm petrified of you right now.
I'm proud of having taken the job. I'm proud of our
Proud of this
safety record, and I am
You're proud of
very
this safety
proud
record?
of our Boeing people.
You're proud of this safety record.
I am proud of every action we have taken.
Every action you've
Yes,
taken.
sir.
That is a crazy
Wow.
fucking thing to say after
Yeah.
the year you've had.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
Absolute loser dipshit.
hey, I did pull up the stock price on MooMoo, which is my favorite little old investing platform.
Yeah, what did it tell you?
Yeah, they got some good new user bonuses, so go check out that link in the description, BTW. But it's surprising that Boeing's stock price has even back during the 737 crashes, it didn't do much.
It's because Wall Street's sitting there going, more butts, more butts.
We need more butts to get sucked. If they could do something about the sound of those toilets flushing. Now here come the comments saying that he's always got to bring
He
it back
deserves
to
them.
toilets. I deserve it
Say
this
it.
time. I deserve it. I used a porta potty this weekend and I did not like it.
Here come the comments.
I did not like it.
No
Let me
one
tell
likes
you.
it.
Yeah, nobody does.
Did you poop or piss?
I have never in my life pooped in a porta potty. Are you serious with that? I did poop at a.
Look
at a
how pissed he gets.
I did
at
poop.
are you serious with that?
You're talking to him like he's a dog. Look how pissed he gets.
I did poop at a. It was an emergency. Early one morning at an Arco in like South Central, just off the 10 freeway, and that was a very humbling experience for me.
Pissing at the Arco? Shitting at the Arco?
At the Arco. Shitting diarrhea.
Shitting
at
at
the Arco.
shitting at the Arco, the Ben Gahn story.
Oh boy! All right. So one of the other things, John Calhoun said that he never spoke
Dave.
to any of Dave Calhoun said he never spoke to any, this guy's poor wife. I feel bad for his wife. Maybe she's a bitch. I don't know.
I bet
Maybe she's the one who's polishing.
it's probably
that
such a
head.
thrill for him to get home after this, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you thought he was getting spanked, wait till he got home. His poor wife's ass was probably.
Oh, you think he spanks her? What? So now we're throwing out accusations that this guy's a perpetrator of domestic violence?
No, it's
Or it's like sexual. It's sexual. Okay, yeah, no, it's sexual. Anyway.
boy, it is hot here in Los
It
Angeles,
is hot.
folks.
So he said that he never spoke to any of the whistleblowers, but this was troubling to me. John Barnett, the guy who committed suicide, said that he got 20 calls a day from his former supervisor who said he was going to, quote, going to push you until you break. That
Which
guy's
is-
got to get a life.
I mean, but also so disgusting to read when he either did break or they fucking broke him in a different way.
Also, John, he's calling you 20 times a day. By the third call, you got to know who it is. Don't pick up, dude.
I mean, but if your supervisor's calling you 20 times, I mean, you can't just be like, I'm actually just going to fuck you this.
Oh, I thought that it was after when he was blowing the whistle, the supervisor was like, "You better shut up. I'm gonna push you till you break."
They're gonna make a Boeing movie. Ben Affleck's gonna make a Boeing movie. I
Oh
swear.
God, I
Oh,
hope
I
not.
Who's
mean-
gonna play that guy?
Who, the John Barnett or
Yeah.
the supervisor?
Barnett.
I don't know.
William
I don't
H. Macy.
know. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Or Matt Damon. It's gonna be one of those guys. William H. Macy's still alive.
Remember when he
Anyway.
remember when he blew his brains out in
Yes,
the Boogie Nights?
yes, I do. It was very upsetting. So,
Well, what do you say we blow William H. Macy's brains out one more time? That's me pitching my Boeing movie.
I don't like that at all, dude. I really don't. So,
Okay, Fox just passed.
Senator Richard Blumenthal said, ultimately, we should want Boeing to succeed. So they're like trying to. They do. They want accountability, but they also want changes to be made. He acknowledged the victims' families' desire for criminal prosecution, which could still be on the table. There's some headlines even today about it.
Here are demands.
Because literally,
You have to stop killing whistleblowers.
You got to stop the whistleblower killings. At check, okay, we got that. What else do we have to stop doing?
No more butts getting sucked.
No more
unfortunately.
butts getting sucked. How did it turn into his shirt getting sucked off to his butt getting sucked? This poor little boy. I hope he's not traumatized. He's very
Definitely
likely traumatized. Yeah. I wonder
If you ripped out the Kim Kardashian game from my hands just a little too quick, I'd be traumatized. You
I
telling
wonder
me my
it's- I wa-
shirt gets ripped off while it's happening?
I wonder if that's going to affect his perception of Kim Kardashian going forward. In as much as these fetish guys that we had on the Meatball episode are likely turning past trauma into something that they
yeah.
is this kid going to grow up to be some airplane fetishist?
I hope so.
Man, I hope so too. Can you imagine the art that's going to come out of that?
It's going to be beautiful.
Because, they got 346 dead people, and literally nobody is being held accountable for it. So, like, obviously, Dave Calhoun is not going to jail. Guys like that never do.
They should. You see his wife's ass?
That thing is cherry red. So I think we need a new form of punishment here. I think, other than just fines, I think much like the James Bond villain, I think that we should make them eat poop. They should make a poop soup out of all the victims' families' poop.
That would be so sick, honestly, if like every time there was something like this, it was like bringing the shit
Calder, the poop, and everybody.
And Dave Calhoun's like,
like nope. It's either this or you forego your entire stock package, and you get 1 year in jail. Would you eat the poop?
yeah.
How much poop?
And the poop feeder's got a real sense of humor doing the airplane.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes.
Dave.
Yes, he's got a captain hat and everything. He goes, clear for takeoff. The Max software has caused the plane to stall.
Crashes, he's smearing all over his cheeks.
Yeah. Oh man, if you don't open your mouth, you're just gonna make it worse. Every time you don't open your mouth, that's one more scoop. Well, that's 2.
I'd eat the shit.
I'd eat the shit too.
I'm not cut out for jail.
They should make him also get the 737 Max logo tattooed on that forehead, on that head of his, on his head.
Yeah.
I wish we lived in like Harry Potter world because they just turn him into a bug or something.
Or like a fart flavored jelly bean.
And his poor wife's got to eat it. Like, why are you punishing me? I don't know, lady, but eat up. Fart flavored jelly bean. Babu. Well, so they are searching for a new. I don't know why when he said, "Why don't you step down?" If he said that he's committed,
I know,
because he's
it's like-
stepping down
right.
in December. And they're
I guess he's like, I'm going to see out my term.
yeah. Well, so they're looking for a new CEO. They've apparently harassed the CEO of GE Aerospace. This guy Larry Culp,
Come on, do it, Larry.
which is one letter away from gulp, which is probably
That's
how
right,
he
Ben.
feels. Like gulp. I'm not doing
Really
that
nice.
fucking job.
Culp?
Thank you. Yeah, I heard that. I heard Boeing asked him to be CEO by writing his name in his own dog's blood on his driveway.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, it's Boeing again." His wife with her cherry red ass. The CEOs just love spanking their wives' ass. She comes out hobbling up. Honey, what is it? Boeing again. They killed the dog this time. Boy, they must really want you to be CEO. Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking do it.
I said they should force John Calhoun to do it.
Who's John Calhoun? It's Dave.
I mean, fuck.
John Barnett.
John Barnett.
It's Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we do.
If you think it's so easy, why don't you give it a try?
yeah, we do have some. We do have some suggestions for Boeing, some potential new CEOs that they could tap to fix their image. I think that they should ask Ryan Reynolds. They tell him that he can cuss and he can put his face on every airplane. which I think would be a big sell for him.
I said Justin Timberlake from The Social Network.
That'd be pretty good.
346 dead isn't cool. You know what's cool? 346 million.
They should consider the Hawk Tua girl, since she's just the biggest fucking thing in the entire world right now. Or I think that they could really do well with just a woman with huge boobs.
Honestly,
At that as a CEO, Josh Hawley would go if she was up there, he'd be going, "Mamma mia!" he wouldn't be asking her a question.
Have you seen the old Hooters airline?
Yes.
Turn it into Hooters airline.
Well, they're not in the business of
Yeah,
being
well,
an
they
airline.
will be.
Yeah, they
Once they get that,
they should put giant boobs on the airplanes. Imagine that. Turn those engines.
I'm actually imagining it. Yeah.
Turn some engines into turn those engines into some boobs with real physics where they jiggle.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We have fun here, don't we?
Oh
Folks?
yeah. Oh boy. So let's get to those astronauts. Those poor. You got to see this though. So
God, what? Just brutal timing. Boeing's like, look, I know how we get the country behind us again, right? We build a rocket ship so great, and everything's going to go to plan. It gets delayed over and over.
well, you know what the name of this thing is? It's called the burning. No, it's called the burning asteroid. The Boeing burning asteroid. No, it's called the Starliner Capsule.
And so they finally get this thing in the air,
yeah.
and then they can't get the goddamn astronauts home.
Well, here. So it is a capsule. It's its first mission to carry to orbit, carrying these astronauts
To go to the International Space Station.
Yeah. And NASA has said it would still be capable of returning them home if absolutely necessary.
Right.
What do you mean if absolutely? Don't they have to come home?
Well, yeah, but they want to study what's going on with the like helium leaks and all the
Yeah.
problems and stuff.
But check this out, man. Look at this. Here's the Starliner. Watch this window right here.
No fucking way. Are you sure that's real?
Yes, I think it's from CBS. They wouldn't lie. It's just a fucking window. Oh, okay. This is the people, the Wikipedia on Twitter said, this is not a window against the pressurized compartment of the capsule. It is just a protective cover for the window, which is removed before the launch.
Either way.
Well, I sit corrected. You know what, Boeing? You got one. You got one over on me.
But I'm pretty sure at this point, they're just like, you're up there indefinitely. It was like, first we'll get you back June 18th.
Well, no, it's not just you're up there. It's Russia. It's the United States. It's the International Space Station. Sorry, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah, they're supposed to come back June 18th, and then June 22nd, then June 26th, and then they're like, I don't know, we'll get you back at some point.
But so the capsule has had 5 helium leaks, so now the astronauts can't make funny voices. They were up there talking to NASA, going, "Well, everybody." Jesus Christ! And 5 maneuvering thrusters went dead, and a propellant valve failed to close. And apparently these are necessary systems to get the capsule away from the ISS and position it to return. And you know whose fault it is, according to this Republican guy?
The Russians?
No, take one more guess.
Elizabeth Warren. Pocahontas.
No. Think more generally. What's
woke shit. DEI.
One more.
Black people.
Yep. DEI. This is from Mike Murphy, who is a conservative voice, former mayor and candidate for governor of Minnesota. Governor. DEI rockets brought to you by Boeing. I hope Elon Musk and SpaceX rescue our stranded astronauts. Boeing is a prime example of the failures of being a publicly traded company that puts its shareholders above quality. I mean, he's right about that. But what DEI is just a code word for they hired some black people.
Right, and now they can't get the astronauts back.
Oh boy. I watched the Big Rocket go now a few days ago.
I watched the Big Rocket go now.
It was cool, man. Man, I tell you. Oh,
Ben, want to watch the Big Rocket go now?
that's an old Simpsons joke.
Is it?
Yeah, they're doing a
Okay,
Big
well now I feel
serious
stupid. I
countdown.
thought you
10,
said
9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big bracket, go now. It's really great.
I missed it.
It's from an old Simpsons episode. Dang, I was going to say something about being
Don't worry, we'll just wait.
stranded. Just looking at my notes here, and I got a woman with huge boobs.
I like that.
Makes me want to Google CEOs with big boobs.
We're
See who's out there.
gonna have to,
Nah, it's gonna give me some kind of problematic stuff, probably. Let's talk about that power crisis. The
I know
AI.
it's annoying because I'm having such a fun time, and this one
This will be fun. This is fun.
This one I find infuriating. I'm sure people have seen it by now because now it's everywhere. But I think the Washington Post was one of the first places to kind of
WAPO.
WAPO was one of the first places to do a big story about, which I'm surprised that this hasn't really come out sooner, but about the environmental impact of AI. And it feels so similar to
Bitcoin, bitted coin.
exactly crypto, when people were talking about, these large data centers, and they're like, it's all worth it. We need it. And, I definitely remember at the peak of all the crypto craze and everything, it feels so silly, right? When people are like, this is the way of the future. It is our new currency, and now it is way worse for the environment. It's going to exacerbate everything. But this feels so crazy because we get, a shittier search engine. We get dumb songs that are kind of funny sometimes, and like AI Jesus pictures on Facebook, all to just like accelerate. I mean, dude, they're like in all of these things, they're talking about how many coal plants they're either like reopening or extending the life of, coal plants that were supposed to be closed down. And it's just like, remember that when Dave Chappelle went on SNL after Trump was elected, and he was doing that joke where he's like, this motherfucker's talking about coal. And I'm like, because they're flooding and like basically getting the rights to electricity, and they're needing to turn on other sources so they can keep the grids alive. They're like, well, I guess we just got to fire up these fucking coal plants.
Do you think the AI would willingly be like, yeah, just kill me? You just ask it. You're like, hey, we've got this big problem. And you actually like are horrible for the environment.
They've like,
I'd be like, yeah, fucking destroy me, dude.
They had, I mean, I wish they had clips or like little screenshots of them asking the AI about its energy usage, and it's just like, oh, I don't know, I'm not like a human. I blah blah blah.
Well, so a lot of this is data centers. That's when we talk about AI and power consumption. Think data centers. Big old Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart size buildings consuming power. And I've got a multifaceted view on this. So according to this Washington Post article, data centers like these will account for 8% of total electricity in the United States by 2030, tripling their share today. So today it's what, about 2.5% then?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Other estimates were at like closer to 10%.
Yeah. And so they're saying that new solar and wind will meet about 40% of that, while the rest will come from natural gas. But so I'm just choosing to look at the silver lining with this, which is that it's sort of forcing us to not innovate, but
yeah, but
like,
that's the thing. The Washington Post article and like the thing in the Lever and all of these articles in Bloomberg, they're talking about how they are chasing technology that people have been chasing for decades. And like,
that's one of many. Are you talking about fusion?
No, Bill Gates' new, is it Helion or whatever? They're trying to like split atoms in a way that I don't understand it, but from what like scientists are saying, they're like, this is a pipe dream. And they're going to claim that it's all going to be clean by 2028 or whatever.
Well, there's a big push for nuclear.
Yeah.
So the DOE is investing, it's a small amount, but they're investing $900 million in small modular reactors. And one of the companies that is meant to be doing that is Sam Altman's SPAC that just went public and got approved. The ticker symbol. One of it. So his company is OKLO, and then there's another one whose ticker symbol is NNE, and that thing just went from $5 to $35 over the last few weeks.
This is what I was talking about. This is from the Washington Post. Microsoft is betting on an effort to generate power from atomic fusion, the collision of atoms that powers the sun. A breakthrough that has eluded scientists for the past century. Physicists predict it will elude Microsoft too. The tech giant and its partners say they expect to harness fusion by 2028, an audacious claim that bolsters their promises to transition to clean energy, but distracts from current reality. In fact, the voracious electricity consumption of artificial intelligence is driving an expansion of fossil fuel use, including delaying the retirement of some coal-fired plants.
Yeah, I think that my hope is that AI is going to help actually figure this out and solve
That's
it quicker.
what this motherfucker's whole thing is. Bill Gates is going out and being like, AI is going to help us make it so we can make the cows fart less.
Right.
Suck my dick. I mean, this is all so ridiculous. I just sent, it's funny because like, I was reminded of the Dave Chappelle Cole thing. I just sent you, like, this is what we get. So we can fucking boil the planet.
Oh
quicker.
yeah, it's. I don't even want to play it. It's just Dave Chappelle. It's a fake thing of him talking about.
But they're like pretty great, huh?
Oh God, I can't even. But so just to jump ahead real fast, there was this Financial Times article that we were talking about that has all these AI stocks that have failed to outperform like Nvidia has. You got Snowflake, Salesforce, Intel, Adobe, which is kind of getting spanked on their like subscription stuff.
Right.
But there was one investment manager who said, I think the right thing. He said that long term, the promise of AI is there, but a lot of the benefits will come gradually. But the market is pricing in immediacy, especially when you look at Nvidia. And a lot of people keep comparing it to during the .com bubble, Cisco. There's a company still around today, Cisco
wait,
Systems.
Sun Microsystems or
No,
Cisco?
Cisco.
Okay.
Cisco basically was the company behind building out the infrastructure of the internet. And early on in the late 90s, early 2000s, its stock went like parabolic, just like Nvidia did. And
I
then
think you're talking about Sun Microsystems.
No, Cisco.
Okay.
I think they acquired Sun Microsystems at a certain point, but they might have also been correlated to them because there's obviously not just one company making everything. But this in terms of Nvidia going up, it does make sense because they are quarter after quarter just like beating and raising and just like, wow, we're selling way fucking more of these things than we ever could have imagined. But back to what we were talking about, you're gonna like this because it's another acronym.
And you guys know I go fucking nuts for acronyms.
Congress just voted to advance nuclear energy development in the United States. It's called the Accelerating Deployment of Versatile Advanced Nuclear for Clean Energy
Dude,
Act.
those congressional interns are working overtime on these.
It's called the Advance Act, and it's just waiting for Biden's signature. I bet he signs it pretty soon, or at least talks about it in the debate, which I can't wait for. I'm terrified. And its purpose is to speed up the development of next-generation nuclear reactors and position the United States to lead the international market. It directs the Department of Energy to streamline its process for approving the export of American nuclear energy technology and cut down regulatory costs for companies trying to license advanced reactors. It also accelerates licensing review for new reactors at existing nuclear sites and streamline environmental review process. So that streamlined environmental review process has the detractors from that saying you're just doing what the government does, and by streamlining it, you're going to fuck the environment.
They're also like obfuscating all of the reporting and stuff. They're not really reporting how much energy they're using and all of this stuff. I think all you can do is like root for them to,
I hope they figure it out.
But it's such a long shot. I mean, here's more. In the face of this dilemma, big tech is going all in on experimental clean energy projects that have long odds of success anytime soon. In addition to fusion, tech giants are hoping to generate power through such futuristic schemes as small nuclear reactors hooked to individual computing centers and machinery that taps geothermal energy by boring 10,000 feet into the Earth's crust.
I mean, you look at EVs though, for example, like here in California.
I look at them all the time.
They're trying to. I know they're everywhere. They're trying to mandate that by I think 2030, no new car sales will be internal combustion engines. It'll all be electric. But as we've experienced here during some heat waves, the grid here in California can't handle people charging their cars. So it's like, pray tell, if one of these things is meant to like help us as it should, but then to charge them actually does still require, and to get the minerals out of the ground, that's one of the concerns here is like mining and processing uranium for fuel is a big problem that could have negative impacts on the environment. So too with like lithium for electric vehicles.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, man.
Nothing looks good.
The
man.
nice thing is, here's the good news. You no longer have to worry about the AI getting to a place where it turns us all into paper clips.
Yeah.
Because we'll boil ourselves alive way before we get to that. Bless you. Bless you.
The environment.
Bless you.
Something about cat pet dander today is just getting to me. So one of the other concerns about nuclear is where to store radioactive waste. How about the ocean, man?
How about those bins over at Boeing?
How about the bins? Yeah, dump that shit there. Put it in the ocean. It's big enough. It can handle it.
I mean, the problem. It's also like, well, first off, all these headlines now talk about how many, just like how much energy it's using. It's obviously using the internet was already a resource expensive thing, but these new like collectively adding AI generated answers to all Google searches could easily consume as much electricity as the country of Ireland. A ChatGPT powered search, according to the International Energy Agency, consumes almost 10 times the amount of electricity as a search on Google.
What if we just told the Irish to chill out so we can get our shit?
Meta burns the annual equivalent amount of power as 7 million laptops running 8 hours every day.
But how many Irish does that? I need it in terms of Irish people. How many Irish people does that translate to?
I have no idea. The other thing is we haven't even talked about like the water they're using for this. One paper estimates that globally the demand for water for data centers could be half of half that of the United Kingdom within the next several years.
Jesus.
And so like it's just like they don't even.
We need to invent a new kind of water.
It's gone, man. That's the thing. They had some whatever. It's all so depressing. It's just like all for fucking.
Well, for our final story, I'm going to give you something even more depressing. Out of Crypto Corner.
Beep boop beep.
I don't know that this is real. I think it is. This is from this person's Twitter account.
Don't get tricked on it. We always get tricked.
I don't know, man. So this person's like a
Stop getting news from people named Mia. And
it's not news. It's a personal anecdote. So on June 23rd, this person tweeted, "All in. I bought another $10 million worth of Ethereum for the coming week. Here's my reasoning why I think this trend has been carried in an excess and why we'll get another positive week before blah, blah, blah." And he gives all these reasons. And then is this the very next day? Yeah, the very next day, I lost it all. $12 million, my whole net worth, gone forever. I should have never touched leverage. This was a huge mistake. I thought could become one of the greatest. I really did. Now I'm left with nothing. My girlfriend left me. I lost all the money my dad gave me. I can't get rid of my drug addictions. It's truly over. There's no coming back from this. Goodbye. See you in my next life. I'm going to see if this person tweet. Nope. There's literally nothing else that this person has tweeted.
Okay,
since
this
then.
is obviously a fucking.
I hope it's not real. Oh yeah. Guy used Someone said, this tells us nothing. Screenshots can be fake because he screenshotted it. The guy writes, are you fucking... Not
a great word.
Bybit is an open order book. You can literally see every trade. Anyway. Well, folks, don't do that to yourselves. And also don't use leverage like that.
Unless you want to ape fat bags.
Yeah, unless you want to ape fat bags. In which case, absolutely. But... I think that's what else is there? We've got really nothing.
Well, I do want to say we had nothing to do with the Fisker bankruptcy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of people are blaming us because of our acid video and
Where we said that we could literally tear the car apart with our bare hands, which I still stand by. That thing was made of plastic bottles.
and I mean,
Plus, we were on drugs. We could have done it, dude.
oh yeah, I had super strength coursing through
Oh,
my
yeah.
veins.
I had dumb monkey strength.
How cool would that have been if we just
Tore that thing up.
tore it
What are they
apart?
going to do? Sue us? Especially now?
Asked us to leave.
We should go do like they did to the Arby's in Hollywood that shut down and cover it in graffiti. Now
That's
that
the
it's
next
gone.
video we're doing. Can these two guys on acid tear apart a Fisker?
That actually would be really fun.
That'd be sick. We get a Fisker, and we take acid, and we have to disassemble the Fisker
With just our hands?
as quickly as we can. Yeah,
Can we use weapons?
definitely.
What weapons? A gun?
Any you got?
Okay.
You have to own them now.
oh,
Currently,
so like a kitchen knife
Mhm.
and a baseball bat?
I have an axe.
You have an axe?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. What are you trying to grind?
Wood.
Oh man.
Damn.
All right. Well, let's see. We got a lot for you in the bonus here. We're gonna be talking about the Hawk to a girl because we have to.
Are we? Do we have to?
Yeah, we do.
A lot of people are
We
wondering
do.
if we have to.
We do. We're gonna be talking about Justin Timberlake. I have got a favorite British guy, weird Elon sperm guys, and yeah, man. I think that'll just about do it, Bob. I think that's it. So thank you very much for tuning in,
Thanks, y'all.
gang. We'll see you next week.